A man taps the glass with a pen. He is sending a message to his companion, but was discovered by the supervisor in the monitoring room. Eddie is a prison break expert. This time he was framed by his partner. The partner collaborated with the prison supervisor, aiming to keep Eddie locked up here forever. Upon learning Eddie's identity, the supervisor constantly arranged for his subordinates to torture him. Eddie's spirit was on the verge of collapse. This prison is situated in the vast expanse of the sea. The prison is a huge cruise ship. No one knows the exact location of the prison. Fortunately, Eddie made several friends in prison. With the help of his friend Jack, he obtained the coordinates of the prison. Eddie found the prison doctor and asked him to send out the coordinates for help. While sleeping, Eddie taps the glass with a pen. This is a form of Holmes' code, but the supervisor, through the monitor, noticed Eddie's movements. After carefully observing Eddie's actions, he took out the textbook written by Eddie. This book records how Eddie uses this code. The decrypted result was, create chaos in cell block C tomorrow. The supervisor immediately notified his subordinates to deploy more personnel in cell block C. At this moment, the doctor also took action. He went to the information library and used a computer to send a distress signal outside. Today is the day of the prison break. Friend Jack approached a group of people. He deliberately provoked their leader. The scene suddenly turned chaotic. The prison supervisor saw all this through the monitor. He realized he had been tricked. Eddie had sent him a false message. The actual chaos was in cell block A. He immediately redeployed personnel to rush to cell block A. Eddie and his group also took advantage of the chaos to flee the scene. They arrived at a monitoring station. Eddie stepped forward to dismantle the camera. He knew the supervisor was watching them. Eddie asked his friend to greet the camera.
After completing all this,
he dismantled the camera. During their escape, they encountered security personnel.
A fight broke out.
Jack was injured in the battle. Eddie was very confused. Why were they still discovered without cameras? Suddenly, Eddie noticed a box. He opened it and found it was a thermal imaging tracker. No wonder they were discovered wherever they went. Eddie quickly cut the power supply. The prison supervisor completely lost track of Eddie's location. Seriously injured, Jack could no longer continue the prison break. He told Eddie and Danny to leave, while he stayed behind to fend off the pursuers. Eddie and Danny reached the exit, but the exit switch was computer controlled. It could only be opened after cutting the power supply. Eddie quickly found the power control room. He glanced at his watch. The evacuation time was approaching. Eddie turned off all the switches. Seeing the power cut off, Danny forcefully unscrewed the valve and went out. At this moment, the helicopter coming to pick them up also arrived. Danny quickly ran toward the aircraft. Eddie didn't have time to reach the exit. He could only hide in a container. Then, through the impact of water pressure, he was successfully washed into the sea. Danny spotted Eddie at sea. They lowered a ladder. Just as Eddie was climbing the ladder,
the supervisor came outside.
He aimed his gun at Eddie and fired continuously. Eddie asked Danny for a pistol, then aimed at the oil drums beside the supervisor and fired continuously. The supervisor looked at the oil drums. He knew he was doomed. Finally,
Eddie fired the last shot.
All the oil drums exploded, and they successfully escaped from prison.